recap here. Oh, yeah, my mic is working. Okay, so April 29th, trade recap we have on ES. Let me quickly switch over to our trade syncer that we have here. I can show you that we got absolutely screwed today. So we lost about $1,000 on one funded account. We took two trades, so normally $500 risk. It was $500 risk, and then we did actually end up blowing the funded account that I had. So we blew one account, and then I think we're about like $600 away from blowing another one. But anyways, we lost about 1.3K after fees and everything. We can go into the charts here and be able to show you the two trades that we actually took. We'll kind of just go back to 9:30 and show you my overall bias coming into the day. Basically, what I was looking at, I knew that we had this kind of SMT down here, and we didn't actually take out Asian session lows. So I was looking at that, and I thought, oh, maybe we might have bullish SMT opportunities up to London session and maybe Asia session highs. Holy. And then if we look on the 4-hour and 1-hour, we're clearly still bearish. We're tapping into gaps. We're respecting them. I'm expecting us to probably go lower, and we respect or disrespect this bear or bullish gap that we probably would have wanted to bounce off of and then continue higher. And then we were bouncing off of bearish here, showing that we were respecting bearish confluences going into the day. So that was basically our overall bias on the day. We were respecting this gap as well, and then also inversing bullish gaps here. So it's looking like we want to go lower, maybe take out some 4-hour lows down here. If we swap down to the hourly time frame, we have a bunch of stacked up lows right here. We have an hourly low here, we have a 4-hour low, and then we have another hourly low just over here to the left. And then, as we know, stacked up lows that causes for markets to normally want to trend in that type of direction. So I wasn't really looking for these draws up here as we were coming into the day, but as we can see later on, as we get into the market, I actually was not correct about this bullish SMT. So we took out the SMT potential for Nasdaq on the day by taking out these Asian session lows, and we opened up so low, so bearish on opening candle that I thought this might be no brainer. We'd just be looking for any single reason to be able to take a short down to these lows. It should be a given that we should go down and take these low resistance draws that are presenting themselves. So we're basically just waiting for a 5-minute gap to open up. I believe that this opens up right here. Let's just go one more candle. Yeah, we open up gap right here. And then if we look on NQ, we actually end up tapping into the gap. So we tap into the 5-minute gap here. We draw out EQ from the top of the range here. We actually end up hitting it. It lines up perfectly with the start of this this gap here on NQ. We don't actually get into EQ on ES here, but we can kind of disregard that because Nasdaq was looking to be the more bullish index for the day, anyways, and it was looking like we were going to respect that Asian session bullish SMT in the first place on Nasdaq. So once we disrespected that and then showed that we were going to go a bit higher and tap into that gap, I kind of expected that, and I expected ES to stay lower for the day. And this is when I kind of took my entry. We look back down here to the 1 minutes, we can see that I kind of took it just prematurely before this candle closes, but we waited until we got a break of structure back to the downside. Get the break of structure to the downside here. I kind of enter a little bit late as the candle's coming back up a bit here, but I thought it would be a better entry opportunity, and then I probably would have went break even probably around this low down here when we smacked this low. Or, I don't know if there was anything over here that I could have went break even off of. Yeah, maybe like these lows, but they were pretty close to our take profit anyways, so would have been just ideal to hold down all the way until here and then maybe leave some runners going for this 4-hour down here. I didn't think I did anything wrong with this trade today. I think it just played out in our probability of being, wrong on the day, and it's perfectly fine with me. I thought that we maybe would leave runners down to this 4-hour low and then, yeah, that would probably be the furthest that I'd want to see price go for today. But it was looking like we were going to come down and take these draws, but as this week's been progressing, I've been seeing that price action has not been that favorable. So if we play out actually the next couple candles, we can see that we end up fully reversing. We make structure back up to the upside, and we end up taking out my first initial entry here. And then, as you can see on the 5 minute from this point, we look like we're just tapping back into this gap here. It looks like we're kind of coming back up into equilibrium right here, and actually tapping back into it. I didn't need to see that in the first place because we had NQ already do that. We had it respecting. In hindsight, we did inverse this gap on NQ and we pushed higher, so we were very much higher here. But again, we're seeing that we have another 5 minute bearish gap that we could be respecting off of and take another trade to the downside. We're still seeing ES take its time to mosey its way up on up here to where Nasdaq already is. So if we play forward a bit more, if I can. Hello. Oh, it's because I'm on. No, I'm not on 1 minute. Never mind. Yeah, so we're seeing NQ kind of come back down here this way to this gap, and this was kind of the deciding factor for me to be able to take another trade here. I think I kind of entered in prematurely here. I didn't want to be, wrong on the day. I surely thought, oh, this was a liquidity sweep. We came back up here on Nasdaq to this gap here. We're respecting it. We're showing bearish confluences to the downside. We're disrespecting this bullish gap right here. I know it's kind of mumbo jumbo on the screen right now. It's kind of a little bit shit right now, but if we show, we disrespect this gap right here, we're getting clear displacement to the downside right there off that candle. I'm thinking this would be a perfect time to get re-entries in. We can push down further. We get a little bit better of a risk to reward than what we got before. It was a little bit like 1 to 1, and now we're almost 1 to 2. So I thought that price might have been just setting up for a better opportunity. We see that this is not the case. Get stopped out on this candle here. Very frustrating day. Just kind of how it is in when you're trading. So you have to be ready for these losing days. And if you're re-entering into a trade, maybe see that it's a bit more improbable. We could have definitely seen over here on Nasdaq while we were moving downwards here. I did see us disrespect this, which didn't really cause me to want to be long at all today. I didn't want to see longs up to these highs, but I think that, as I said again, it was just another day where probability might not have been in our favor. We did end up coming down here, and we did tap equilibrium here on ES, but indexes were very uncorrelated here. We see that this candle comes down, we tap down into equilibrium here and this 5 minute gap, and then we continue higher. But as I said, we had this gap up here which was kind of faking me out, so I didn't want to see us inverse this gap. We didn't end up inversing the gap, and then we inverse back down to the downside on NQ again, wanting us to take shorts to the downside. So kind of messed with my head a little bit today. It kind of got me thinking, am I trading something wrong? Am I doing something wrong? I don't think so. I think that this was very good for me to take on, honestly. And the reentry was there, honestly. Like the confluences were showing themselves, but I think very unlucky day with the probabilities and just the overall market structure that we've had. So we end up actually taking out London session high, and then we never end up actually taking out Asian session high, I don't think. Maybe until later into the day, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, we ended up taking it out like way later in the day, but we ended up coming back down, and we actually swept out the initial draws that I actually wanted to see get swept out. We came down and we took those out like almost at noon. So we came down, made like literally equal lows with where I take profited. So just a very shitty, unfortunate day, but what can you do? Price just wanted to rally a bit higher before, I guess, getting the orders that it needed, and then dumping back down to where we thought price was going to go. And this is kind of a insane 5-minute candle to see here. We got like 0.2%. I don't know if that was like a tweet or something, but unfortunate day. Honestly, we lost a little bit of bread, but I did get 2 more funded accounts, and then when I saw price was ripping up towards these London session highs on NQ, I think I just took like a long setup here, and then I didn't need that much risk to reward. I have these funded accounts from Tradeify where if you max if you max out your risk like 2,500 bucks, you can put it down pretty far for your stop loss, and then you only need like a literal negative risk to reward to be able to get $1,000 for 2 days, and then you need $500 to get the $2,500 profit target for the third day, basically. So you need even less of a risk reward. You need like 0.25 RR, which is literally like easy peasy to hit. And then those 2 days, you just need like a 0.5 R to hit the $1,000 for the 40% consistency that you need to have for the account. So by far, I think that these accounts are still pretty good. I think I will be still trading them. I'll definitely try to pass 2 more accounts that I bought today, and then got one $1,000 winning day for the consistency. I'll try to pass them by the end of the week, but I guess we'll have to see with how price has been. But honestly, for those accounts, it's really easy to see price trending towards like a draw on liquidity, like London session highs, or if I took it down here today, where I did on ES, I probably would have gotten cooked. Or maybe if we take a look and I tightened up this stop loss a little bit, I would have been able to hit like a 0.5 RR trade, and then boom, that account is got money on it again, or it's got like a winning day basically. But yeah, that's kind of how today's trading day went. We'll see if we can pull this one account out of the gutter that we have like 500 bucks of drawdown left on. But otherwise, we'll be trying to pass these 2 other accounts for the time being, and not working towards a payout, I guess. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.